What I want to talk to you about now is PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. The thing is, if you've had severe trauma, chances are, you got it. And if you had never heard of it before, what it means is that you can't stop thinking about what happened, or you can't think about much of anything at all. I've had clients that sometimes would drift off in the middle of a sentence because they just couldn't bear thinking about it. Or people that couldn't speak for weeping because they couldn't get the distance from it to speak about it. All of that is PTSD. There's trouble sleeping, for instance, all different kinds of stuff. And the things that you do to start avoiding triggers, so whether it's avoiding people, avoiding places, avoiding activities, your life can get kind of small when you give in to the PTSD stuff. And if you don't know what's happening, well, then you're really disempowered. It's only when you know that PTSD could well be part of what's going on with you. Nightmares as well, either waking or sleeping. You could have flashbacks so that it's like, it can happen now, and that can range in sensory perception. So for instance, you might hear a voice in either ear. You might see something. What happened to me once was I was just in the gym. I have no idea what triggered it. All of a sudden, I was back in that place. I was like looking around. I thought I was just in the gym. What happened? And I kind of shook my head, and then I was back in the gym. And so really, it can be like a full sensory, full-blown experience, or it could just be little parts of it. All that's PTSD, okay? Another big part of PTSD is what's called dissociation. Not disassociation, that's a different term, sorry to get technical. Dissociation. Dissociation is when you get the detachment, that distance. And sometimes that could be exactly what you need. And dissociation is a very, very valuable survival tool. When you're disconnected, of course, the difficulty is in connecting. So if you're in a relationship and you're constantly dissociating, it's very hard to have a robust, healthy, connected relationship. That's where you start getting into trouble with it in your everyday life, looking for meaning. So PTSD is really important to think about. And PTSD can come up, like there's all different kinds of flavors of PTSD. There's regular PTSD that comes up shortly after, like about 2 weeks or later after an incident. There's complex PTSD, which has all different kinds of aspects to it. There's late onset PTSD, which could happen even 20 years after what initially happened. All different kinds of stuff. So if you're wondering, you have PTSD, I recommend that you go to the Trauma Resource Center run by a colleague of mine, John Roberts. He's got all kinds of assessments on there for you and a really good book on PTSD with loads of details for you. Okay, bye for now.